everything that goes into this band needs to be intentional, and everything that comes out of it, we want it to be intentional.
There is a point to this band, and God's given us, a stage to use and an audience to speak to.
How can we be the most effective with, kind of what God's given us at this point, with where we're at in our musical career?
Yeah, and it was back to back, like
just like full of energy.
Yeah. Well, we've been through a ton as a band. We've been a band nearly 10 years, and it wasn't lost on us that that's a pretty amazing thing in and of itself. That like not every band gets the opportunity to really be a band that long. As we moved forward, we kind of prayed, God, if you want this to happen, then open the doors, and if you shut the doors, then we'll walk away and we'll be fine with that. But it really felt like God opened them, and as that happened, and as we moved forward into these new things as a band, it kind of felt like, gosh, man, it kind of felt like God was preparing us for this all along.
Maybe the shattered parts are the places where your love starts, and now I am closer to where you are with every beat of my broken heart.
Once we decided to move forward with John as the front man and new lead singer and all of that, then the next step was kind of like, okay, let's get some material together, and that started coming along, and then it was like, okay, well, we need to somehow show people like what this is going to look like and sound like, even though we don't like have a record out or anything like that. And so we put together this showcase in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'll never forget, when we played that showcase, people were just being so encouraging to us, and just telling us that they were glad we decided to continue on. And I know, we were just all really overwhelmed with sort of the response from everything. And I think that was a huge indicator for us that like, okay, we've got something worth pursuing here.
With a new lineup, it was kind of this crazy experience of feeling like you're starting a new band kind of, but with guys you're already in a band with. So it's really been a fun process the last little while of making of this record, and going out and playing shows and learning how to play shows all over again.
Yeah.
We're having a blast, as you hopefully can tell. We've been kind of cooped up in the studio a bunch recently, which is awesome, we love, but we really love this, you know what I'm saying?
When I see impossible come true, and when I see a miracle come through, and turn my dark today, my doubt to faith, it's never left to fade. It couldn't be anyone but you. It couldn't be anyone but you. It couldn't be anyone but you. It couldn't be anyone but you.
I'm loving playing shows with this lineup. It's been a blast. And a lot of the new material is super fun as well. But we did definitely want to come at it from a little bit of a different point of view this time around. We're all a little bit older. We're not in high school anymore, obviously. And I think it was really important to us to take seriously the responsibility that we have of, being in front of people on a regular basis, and really making sure that our hearts were in a place where we had something worthwhile to say.
You're beautiful, wonderful, perfectly made, perfectly made. You're meant to be what you see. You're not a mistake, not a mistake. Brighter than stars that shine. You light up the maker.
I think one of the things exciting for me is that I feel like musically we gel, and that's always been the case, but it's also a brand new time in our to refocus the point of us and why we exist as a band. And so I feel like we're more unified with that. We want to have a message, we want to encourage people, and although we want to be fun, it's not just about being fun. We're not just about entertainment.
there's a song that John wrote called "What I'm Looking For," and there's a line that says, "What I'm looking for is something bigger than me," and that's just kind of like, I think we all are on the same page that we want to do something bigger than ourselves.
And we want to see where God is, and we want to join Him in what He's doing. So partnering with Food for the Hungry and those kind of things, it's like there's a point to what we're doing. What God's doing.
And that's one of the other things that's really been fun about this whole new journey as a band, is that it does feel like from the get-go, it's been something that God's been in the process of creating, and we're just kind of feel like we're along for the ride to a really big extent. So that doesn't mean that we're not working hard and all that stuff, but it does feel like God has been preparing things to move forward like this, and it's been kind of really, really encouraging to be a part of something that we're like, okay, it's not, as hard as we're going to work, this is not all on our shoulders, This is something God's doing, and we're just excited to be along for the ride.